Well, good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, wanted to get on here and give two reviews. First off, I'm going to review New Japan Pro Wrestling's Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2024, which happened yesterday. And then I'm going to finish off with my review of TJPW Bright Eyes, which just finished actually not too long ago. So, yeah, two reviews for this video. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. We are going to do NJPW Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2024. This took place yesterday, November the 8th. This was at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium in Lowell, Massachusetts. Once again, New Japan back in the States. And we had a pretty loaded card for the most part. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. We had one pre-show match, so we're going to start with that as usual. Here we go. All right. For the pre-show, we had another strong Survivor match, as we had Matt Vandagriff, who's been on a roll, taking on Seabass Finn. I have to say, I felt like Seabass was definitely working Matt Vandagriff throughout this match. And I know it was just a little over, I think, five and a half minutes long, but Seabass Finn definitely got plenty of offense in on this match. And honestly, I thought for a second he was probably going to upset Matt Vandagriff, but not so. Seabass Finn did put up a really good effort, but not quite enough to get the job done. Matt Vandagriff finished off Seabass Finn with a Bloody Sunday and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. So Matt Vandagriff, which I believe is now 7-0 or 8-0, I think 7-0, in these strong Survivor matches. Afterwards, he got on the mic, talked some junk, and then Zane J, which is somebody that he has faced and has beaten before, Zane J appears and pretty much challenged Matt Vandagriff. He wants another shot at him, wants another match. And then Matt Vandagriff pretty much ended up attacking him, and they brawled for a bit. But Matt Vandagriff ended up getting the upper hand and eventually hit a Bloody Sunday on Zane J. So, I don't know. Perhaps maybe for December 15th's Strong Style Evolved, maybe that's when they'll have their rematch. Because Matt Vandagriff beat him before, so this would be a rematch. But, yeah, maybe they'll do a Strong Survivor match at Strong Style Evolved in December. But we shall see. Alrighty. Let's go to our next matchup, which started off the main card. This one started off the main card. Alright. Here we go. We had singles match, non-title action, between one half of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the Jet, Kevin Knight, taking on the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion, leader of Bullet Club, David Finlay. And of course, this match was almost 10 minutes long, not quite. But Kevin Knight got the early jump on David Finlay. So I thought got off to a great start, and this was a pretty decent match, especially for being under 10 minutes. But definitely went back and forth. The Jet definitely got plenty of offense in, and it was quite a battle. It was definitely quite a battle. But when it was all said and done, David Finlay eventually got the upper hand when it meant the most, and was able to put away Kevin Knight with an overkill, and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. David Finlay, your winner. Not really surprised. I mean, it would have been nice if Kevin Knight won, but I didn't think he was going to win. So, but pretty decent match for the most part. All right. Next up, we had our first title match of the card. Check it out. We had the NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champs, TMDK Shane Haste, Mikey Nicholls, defended against the grizzled young veterans of James Drake and Zack Gibson. A pretty intense match. Also, just a little under 10 minutes. But definitely an intense match. Went back and forth between these two teams. And honestly, I feel for TMDK. I really feel for TMDK. Because we have to remember, they lost the IWGP Tag Team Championships at Power Struggle. And then, unfortunately, although due to some shenanigans from grizzled young veterans, TMDK turns right around and loses the Strong Openweight Tag Team titles. Yep. Grizzled young veterans, after hitting Shane Haste with a grit your teeth, Zack Gibson makes the pin. 1-2-3. Grizzled young veterans are now your new NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. So just like that, back-to-back matches, Shane Haste, Mikey Nicholls lose both sets of tag titles. Unlucky break for them. Unlucky break for them. Oh well. It is what it is. All that double champion talk and then turn right around and lose both belts back to back. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Oh well. Alright, let's move on to our next match. Here we go. Alright, this is a familiar matchup. They decided to run it back. Singles match between Lio Rush and Mustafa Ali. Overall, good match. Definitely enjoy seeing these two go back and forth. I mean, they faced each other before. And yeah, they both looked great. Both looked great in this match. But it would be Lio Rush getting some payback. So Lio Rush was able to hit a final hour. Technically, he hit two. But pinned Mustafa Ali after hitting the final hour, that second one, for the 1-2-3. Lio Rush, your winner. Who knows? Maybe they'll have a rubber match at some point. I don't know. But decent match. This one went just a little bit over 10 minutes. But decent match. Definitely decent match. And I like both these guys. So, hey, it's all good. Okay. Now, things are about to get really interesting. Check out this next matchup. This was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Okay. So, this match was a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match, but the matches had stipulations. So the teams, you had Dirty Work, made up of Fred Rosser and Filthy Tom Lawlor, and they defended against my boys, the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Royce Isaacs and Jorel Nelson. Now, as far as the matches, so the way that it worked, first match was a tables match. Second match is a submissions match. And then if it came down to a third match, the third match was a last man standing strap match. So yeah, those were the three different matches. And as you can see, I'm rocking my West Coast Wrecking Crew t-shirt. It's funny, even though I'm not from the West Coast. Anyway, this match was brutal. This match was definitely brutal. It went inside the ring, outside the ring. Fred Rosser got jacked up. I mean, he had his head split open, just bleeding everywhere, and just had a crimson mask the entire rest of the match. I mean, he got jacked up. But Tom Lawlor was able to put Jorel Nelson through a table to earn the first fall for Dirty Work. And then the second match was pretty much a submission match. Now, this was what really bothered me. So, Royce Isaacs had Fred Rosser in like a choke, almost kind of like a angled chokehold. And Fred Rosser just struggling to hold on. Tom Lawlor had Jorel Nelson in a submission, although he eventually got up and stopped Fred Rosser's arm from going down when the referee was checking. And I'm just like, dude, why are you doing all that? You should be kicking and stomping on Royce Isaacs to get him to break the submission. But nah, he just goes over and just grabs his arm to keep it from, slumping down. But you're not doing anything to break the submission. Like, you could be stomping on Royce Isaacs, hitting on him to get him to break the hold off of Fred Rosser. And he didn't even do that. He pretty much gave them the second fall. Like, let's keep it real. He gave them the second fall. So, just no sense of urgency at all. So, that was kind of a terrible sequence, if you ask me. But Royce Isaacs got the submission on Fred Rosser. 1-1. So, the final match was a last man standing strap match. Took a while for all four guys to be strapped together. Which it was, in sets of 2. Brawled some more. Eventually, Tom Lawlor got put through a table, and then he couldn't answer the 10 count. So then it came down to a 2-on-1 situation with West Coast Wrecking Crew on Fred Rosser, and Fred Rosser tried to fight back, but West Coast Wrecking Crew just really had their way with him. Let's just keep it real. And sure enough, they hit the spike pile driver. Fred Rosser out. Couldn't answer the 10 count. Therefore, West Coast Wrecking Crew get the third fall, and they win this match 2-1. Afterwards, West Coast Wrecking Crew got on the mic and called out new champions, Grizzled Young Veterans. And it looks like this match could happen at Strong Style Evolved on December 15th. So, hey, I'm down for it. I'm still really, really hoping that West Coast Wrecking Crew will win those tag titles. I really do. Those strong open weight tag titles. But we'll see. But I'm thinking that's what they're setting up for. West Coast Wrecking Crew, Grizzled Young Veterans, December 15th. All right. Let's go. Let's go into our next match. Here we go. Alrighty, time for the ladies to battle it out. This was a fatal four-way match for the #1 contender spot to the NJPW Strong Women's Championship. Your competitors got Anna J versus Trish Adora versus Fukuoka Double Crazies Hazuki versus Koguma. Shout out to Koguma, because I believe this is her first official match in the United States. So, which I felt like she got a pretty good reception, especially during her entrance. But yeah, this was a pretty solid match, very entertaining, especially Koguma getting the Kuma chants and all that, and just getting the action going. But yeah, felt like all four ladies did pretty well. This was overall an entertaining match. I wish it could have been longer. I really wish it could have been longer. It was like just about 9 minutes or so. I just wish it was longer. But when it comes down to it, Hazuki rolls up Trish Adora with the Hazuki straw and pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. And ladies and gentlemen, Wild Heart Hazuki is your new #1 contender to the NJPW Strong Women's Championship. Hey, I like it. I like it. And then sure enough, Mercedes Moné shows up, talks a little smack to Hazuki, and even Hazuki retaliated, and she spoke in English. She actually spoke in English. So, shout out to Hazuki. And then they brawled for a bit. And then Mercedes did drop Hazuki. But still, y'all, Hazuki will be back to the States, because it looks like they did confirm that Mercedes is going to defend the title at Strong Style Evolved. So, hey, the States will see Hazuki in December. Cool deal. Alrighty, let's now move to our next match. And this next match was definitely one of my favorites of the card. Definitely one of my favorites. Check it out. Here we go. Alrighty. We had a hard-hitting back-and-forth tag team match that put LIJ, Shingo Takagi, and Yota Tsuji, who will be competing in the World Tag League this year, against the Undisputed Kingdom's Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. Great match. Definitely hard-hitting. Definitely back and forth. I loved the exchanges between Shingo Takagi and Mike Bennett. But yeah, these two teams, they definitely went at it. It was spectacular. Enjoyed the match from start to finish. But when it was all said and done, Yota Tsuji picked up the victory, hitting the Gene Blaster on Mike Bennett and pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. LIJ, your winners. Now, after the match, as Yota Tsuji was the last one to get, to make his exit, lights went off. They played a video of a blacksmith. Lights come on. Scapegoat Jack Perry appears and attacks Yota Tsuji. Just beats him down. And then pretty much challenges him to a match at Wrestle Dynasty. That's right. Jack Perry challenged Yota Tsuji for a match at Wrestle Dynasty, which is January 5th at the Tokyo Dome, which I will be at that show. So, whew, that's quite a statement made. I mean, Yota Tsuji's a much bigger dude than Jack Perry. Let's just keep it real. But looking forward to it. Looking forward to that match. That should be good. That should be really good, actually. All right. Let's go to our next match. Here it is. All right, next match. All righty. We had a singles match between TMDK's Ryohei Oiwa and Bullet Club's Kenta. Match was all right. Felt like it could have been longer. But I was actually surprised at the ending. I was very surprised at the ending. Ryohei Oiwa ended up pinning Kenta, reversed momentum of the small package into one of his own, and got the 3 count. That's right, Ryohei Oiwa pinned Kenta. That's a pretty big win for Ryohei. That's a big win. Ryohei did take a couple of shots from Kenta after the match, but hey, still, Ryohei ended up getting the victory. That's huge. That's really huge for him. So, good stuff there. But I just wish the match would have been longer. It is what it is, though. All right, let's go to our next match. Here we go. Alrighty, more tag team action. This time we have the team of TMDK's Zack Sabre Jr., who's the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Bad Dude Tito, and they teamed up to take on the team of Shota Umino and the Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii. Pretty solid match for the most part. Good to see Bad Dude Tito again. Definitely went back and forth, and this is, a build-up match because we all know we're going to get Shota Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr. in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 19. But this was, a nice little build-up match. Shota Umino got the pin on Tito, Bad Dude Tito, after hitting a Death Rider on him. And yeah, picked up the victory, him and Tomohiro Ishii. So, good stuff there, but, they're going to continue to keep building up Shota Umino. So, I totally get it. I totally get why they won this match. All right. Next up, we had the semi-main event. And this was another one of my favorite matches. Here we go. All right. Next up, we had the AEW International Championship on the line. As the champion, Konosuke Takeshita defended against United Empire's TJP. Oh, where were my manners? I forgot an important piece. I forgot. Jon Moxley, his video package played before or after the previous tag match, where it was directed at Shota Umino that was going to send somebody over to continue Shota Umino's grooming and training and all that, and pretty much Shota Umino's like, bring on whoever, and F Jon Moxley. So yeah, he dropped an F-bomb. But it looks like that match will happen at Wrestle Dynasty, which is January 5th. But yeah, my apologies on that. Had to correct myself. Okay, AEW International Championship match. Takeshita, TJP. Phenomenal match. Definitely went back and forth. TJP got the jump early, spewing the mist. And yeah, this was an extremely enjoyable match. I like both these guys. Definitely was very hard fought. Very hard fought, but Takeshita was eventually able to put away TJP with an Avalanche Falcon arrow off the turnbuckle. And pinned him for the 1-2-3. Konosuke Takeshita, still your AEW International Champion. Now, after the match, he got on the mic, talked a little smack, but then out comes Shingo Takagi. Now, remember, Shingo is the current Never Openweight champion. So, they had a little face-off, and it looks like we're going to get a double title match. Which, oh my god, I'm not really a fan of this. But yeah, it looks like we're going to get a double title match, which I believe this will be at Wrestle Dynasty or whatnot. But champion versus champion, both the AEW International Championship and Never Openweight Championships on the line at the same time. I don't know why that really has to be the case, but it is what it is. But that's either going to be at Wrestle Kingdom or Wrestle Dynasty. I'm pretty sure it's Wrestle Dynasty, but we'll see. We shall see. And then the main event of Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2024. We had the NJPW Strong Openweight Championship on the line in a very, very high impact, action-filled main event where the champion, Gabe Kidd, defended against TMDK's Kosei Fujita. One thing's for sure with this match, Kosei Fujita's fighting spirit was at maximum overdrive because kicked out of pile driver after pile driver after pile driver. I mean, he was kicking out of pretty much everything Gabe Kidd was dishing at him. Like, it was crazy. And Kosei Fujita, he came close. He came close. This match almost went 20 minutes. I think it was 18 and some change. But this was an intense back and forth match. And Kosei Fujita came this close to winning. This close. And you got to remember, these two have history. You know, they were both young lions together. So, but yeah, Kosei Fujita definitely looked really strong in this match. And, you know, good for him getting a main event opportunity. You know, that's awesome. But he came up a little bit short as Gabe Kidd eventually hit that Madman Bomb to pin Kosei Fujita for the 1-2-3, and therefore Gabe Kidd is still your NJPW Strong Openweight Champion. And then afterwards, I mean, pardon me. Gabe Kidd started beating down on Kosei Fujita some more. Ryohei Oiwa shows up for the save, but then Kenta shows up to fend off Ryohei Oiwa. So yeah, that was quite an interesting ending to this show. But overall, pretty decent show. Pretty decent show. Like I said, my favorites, LIJ versus Undisputed Kingdom, the AEW International Championship match, the main event was awesome, the number one contenders, Fatal 4-Way was awesome. So for the most part, this was a pretty solid, pretty decent show. But, of course, the next one, December 15th, NJPW Strong Style Evolved. So definitely look forward to that one. Alrighty. Before we switch gears to TJPW Bright Eyes, here's a quick word on the sponsor of this video, Game Beauty. Check them out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heatwave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Alrighty, switching gears to TJPW Bright Eyes, which took place a little earlier today, November the 9th, from the historic Washington Hall in Seattle, Washington. TJPW's first time in Seattle, Washington. And yeah, they got a 6-match card for this show. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Alright, first off, we had a tag team match. We had the team of Amira and the White Dragon Rika Tatsumi taking on Daisy Monkey, made up of Suzume and Iris Endo. Pretty strong start to the show with this match, of course. Always good to see Daisy Monkey together. And, Rika Tatsumi and Amira did, pose quite a challenge in this opening match. But Daisy Monkey would not be denied, which, not surprised. But Suzume pinned Amira after hitting her with a Ring the Bell. Pinned her for the 1-2-3. Daisy Monkey picks up the victory in the opening match. Not surprised there. Alrighty, let's go to our next match. Here we go. Alrighty, we had a singles match between the casual beauty Yuki Kamifuku and making her U.S. debut, Wakana Uehara. That's right. Her first match in the U.S. Here she got quite the reception. So, a lot of TJPW fans are definitely looking forward to Wakana making her U.S. debut. Decent match. I just wish it could have been longer. Really wish it could have been longer. But it was good seeing both these ladies go back and forth. But I kind of figured Yuki Kamifuku was going to end up winning just with how things were going near the end. She eventually hit that famouser on Wakana, then pinned her for the 1-2-3. Kamiyu is your winner. I know probably disappointed a lot of fans, especially when she took her by the hair and drug her back to the back. So it is what it is. But yeah. But hey, good to see Wakana finally get that first match in the U.S. under her belt. Hopefully there'll be more. Alrighty. Let's go to our next match. Here we go. Alrighty, we had another singles match. This time we had Mocha Miyamoto versus Rebel Kell, which apparently she was at home for this match because apparently she's from Seattle, Washington. Match was alright. It did go back and forth quite a bit, but honestly, even though I was rooting for Mocha Miyamoto, I mean, Rebel Kell is the hometown lady, so I can't be too surprised that she ended up winning. She hit a very well executed Falcon Arrow on Mocha, then pinned her for the 1-2-3. Rebel Kell, your winner. Good sportsmanship before and after the match. But, yeah. They had to give the hometown girl the love, so I totally get it. But I do hope Mocha Miyamoto gets to come back to the States again. Alrighty. Next match. And this was a very solid match as well. Alright, next up we had the singles match between the Popping Sugar Rabbit Mizuki and Liza Hall. Solid back and forth match. Could have been longer, but you know what? They did quite a lot in this match for the time that they had. So I really don't have much for complaints with this match, to be honest with you. But this was good back and forth. Liza Hall definitely had a good test with Mizuki, and she came close. She definitely came close. But it took a diving double foot stomp from the Popping Sugar Rabbit to put away Liza Hall, pinned her for the 1-2-3. Mizuki, your winner, but good sportsmanship afterwards. But yeah, pretty solid match. Alrighty, how about back to tag team action with this next one. Alrighty, we have the team of the Princess of Princess champion Miyu Watanabe and the big kaiju Shoko Nakajima taking on the team of the Burning Venus Yuki Aino and Zara Zakar. Definitely a pretty intense matchup between both of these teams, and definitely went the distance if you ask me. But yeah, the finish, the outcome, not surprised. I figured they were going to continue to build up Zara Zakar and really set this one up for when she gets her title shot at Top of the Mountain. But Zara Zakar was able to hit a control Z on Miyu Watanabe and pin her once again. Because remember, she pinned her in the Tokyo Princess Cup. But yeah, pinned her once again for the 1-2-3. Zara Zakar, Yuki Aino for the win. And I don't know, y'all. And Zara Zakar just became part of the WWE ID initiative. So, I don't know, y'all. That's twice now. That's twice now that Miyu has pinned, or excuse me, that Zara has pinned Miyu. Once in a singles match, and now in tag team competition. I'm just saying. And then the main event of TJPW Bright Eyes came down to this one. The one title match of the entire show. We had the Princess Tag Team Championships on the line as the champions. Miyu Yamashita and Maki Ito of 1-2 Million taking on the team, a very interesting pairing of Vert Vixen and Nicole Matthews. Great match overall. Definitely went back and forth, went the distance. They had action in the ring, action outside of the ring, even on the stage, the venue stage, which I know a lot of folks had to really clear out quickly. But this match was all over the venue and just very entertaining. Back and forth, but very entertaining. It did seem like Vert Vixen and Nicole Matthews were kind of having some issues, like getting along and just making chemistry and all that. But when it was all said and done, while Maki Ito had Vert Vixen locked up in a submission, Miyu Yamashita finished off Nicole Matthews with a skull kick and then pinned her for the 1-2-3. 1-2 million, still your Princess Tag Team Champions. So, pretty decent show in the books. Not only that, Miyu Yamashita, as her and Maki Ito were given, their farewells and all that, and, the ending speeches, they had everybody that wrestled come out into the ring for pictures and all that. But Miyu Yamashita did mention that TJPW will be back in the States next year in April. Which we all know what that time will be. WrestleMania week. So it is definitely confirmation they are coming back, but to Vegas next year, which I have secured my flight and hotel for Vegas next year. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on that. Also, GCW The Collective will be in Vegas. DPW is coming to Vegas as well. So that ought to be really cool. And it had been mentioned before that Marigold is going to have their first U.S. show during WrestleMania week. So, I'm hoping Stardom will do the same, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting how WrestleMania week is going to be. Which I most likely am not going to WrestleMania because tickets are way too freaking expensive. So, and not to mention, I don't think anybody would want to pay $900, $1,000 or more dollars for a nosebleed seat. Screw that. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty while you have a chance. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. And also, let me know your thoughts on NJPW Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2024. What did you think of that show? What did you think of the action that happened? Were your predictions correct? And let me know what y'all thought of TJPW Bright Eyes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube. My name is Jason Ingram. Hope y'all have a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Peace.